Over the last 4 years, a growing trend towards students being raised by grandparents and/or other family members has been developing in my elementary classroom. These students' parents have lost custody of their children due to complications with substance abuse. Although these students are now in safe and healthy environments, who will care for their children if they succumb to the same substance addictions as their parents? My interest in developing this proposal was based on finding an effective substance abuse prevention program for adolescents living in New Hampshire. Substance use and abuse is a persistent public health concern that continues to impact students throughout the United States. Drug abuse negatively impacts youth through academic challenges, health-related issues, poor peer connections, and encounters with the juvenile justice system. Consequently, throughout the nation, school districts have been and continue to provide programs to their students. Unfortunately, many of the programming choices they have implemented have been ineffective. One such program was the Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program, DARE, which research has identified as ineffective in reducing substance use among youths. Due to growing criticism, DARE changed their program to include new science-based curricular components, training models, instructional methods, and partnerships. Although there have been many studies on the effectiveness of the old DARE program, there is limited research on the effectiveness of their newly developed program, which came out in 2006, called Keeping It Real. The purpose of this proposal will be to identify the impact the Keeping It Real program has on increasing prosocial skills and attitudes towards substance abuse. As the Keeping It Real program suggests, this study will be conducted with 7th grade students within their school day. To get a varied sample of New Hampshire schools, the largest middle schools within New Hampshire's 10 counties will implement the program. All students within the 7th grade will be eligible to participate. This will provide a sample size of approximately 2,000 students per year. At the onset of the study, students will complete a pre-survey questionnaire to determine a baseline of student knowledge and attitudes. The Keeping It Real program will be led by police officers who have graduated from a DARE training program. In the curriculum, REAL stands for Refuse, Explain, Avoid, Leave. The program consists of 10 lessons to be implemented over 10 weeks. Each lesson is designed to last 40 to 45 minutes and involves real-life situations, role plays, applying life skill concepts, weekly reflections, and a good citizen interview. Additionally, 3 teachers from each middle school will receive a stipend to observe and rate each program lesson for one randomly selected class from start to finish. With all the students in the study being minors, the program will receive their assent and parental permission for participation. Students and parents will be provided with written documentation regarding all details of the program and research. To ensure confidentiality, none of the students' names will be used in the study. Students will be provided with a random number that is to be used on pre- and post-survey information. Additionally, any classroom observations and documents from teachers will not include students' names or any other participant identifiers. The study will take 3 years to complete. Each year, a new group of 7th grade students will be eligible to participate. The data collection will include pre- and post-test student surveys. The surveys will include both open-ended and choice-driven questions. Observations of each program lesson will be documented by a certified teacher. To provide for investigator triangulation, 3 teachers at each of the 10 middle schools will randomly select a classroom to monitor. Lessons will be rated on the level of student engagement. The data will be statistically analyzed. The survey data will be reviewed by the research team, and responses will be given a numerical value based on students' prosocial skills and attitudes towards substance abuse. Changes in students' pre- and post-surveys will be identified. The final score will be statistically related to an increase in prosocial skills and attitudes towards substance abuse. Teacher observations will also be given a numerical value. A high score will identify a high level of student involvement, and a low score will reflect a low level of engagement as determined by the observer. To identify demographic variables, information will also be collected on the student's gender and ethnicity. The final results will be written into a report and provided to the participating school districts, the New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services, Bureau of Drug and Alcohol Services, and the DARE program. Disseminating the report to these groups will add to the current literature, assist schools in selecting an effective drug prevention program, and improve current practices. This study was intended to provide qualitative evidence on the impact the school-based Keeping It Real program has on adolescents' views of substance abuse. It is also intended to determine which substance abuse teaching strategies generated the most student engagement. In conclusion, it is no wonder that with statistics such as 1 in 6 New Hampshire teens having abused prescription drugs and the Northeast being ranked the highest in alcohol abuse of teens 12 or older, that New Hampshire school systems are implementing substance abuse programs. However, not all of their program choices have been effective. It is imperative that New Hampshire schools know what programs are and are not effective. This proposal has been designed to identify the newly updated DARE Keeping It Real program to see if it will be effective in increasing students' prosocial skills and attitudes towards substance abuse. Thank you for your time and attention.